In this video, we are going to see how to create time intelligence function in Power BI. Whether you want to do a month-on-month analysis, quarter-on-quarter analysis, or year-on-year analysis, this time intelligence functions will help you create these complicated calculations in just few clicks. So if you want to master time intelligence functions, stay tuned till the end of this video. Also, if you want to practice along, I have shared the data in the description below. You can download the data and you can practice along with me. So without a further ado, let's get started. So as you can see that this is our time intelligence functions that we are going to use in this video. So we will start with current MTD, current QTD and current YTD. Then we are going to see what would be our previous MTD, previous QTD and previous YTD. Here MTD, QTD, YTD are nothing but month to date, quarter to date and YTD. Now after that we are going to see how to calculate month on month growth, quarter on quarter growth and YOY, that is year on year growth. So as you can see here, I have my data already uploaded and my data is very simple. It has only two fields, date and sales amount. Let me just show you in the table view. So we have only two fields, that is date and sales amount. Okay. If I filter this date, okay, so it has the data starting from 1st of January 22 to 1st of December 23. That is, I have 2 years of data in this database so that I can do an year-on-year comparison, month-on-month comparison, right? So for that, I have my data available here. Now I am going to start with my first DAX function that we need to create, that is current MTD. But before creating current MTD, I need to first create a measure for total sales so that I can use that total sales measure for all my calculations. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to click on these three dots and I'll go into new measure. So a new measure will get created. I'll just name it as total sales. So total sales, I am going to write a simple formula for total sales, that is sum, bracket open. I'll go into the next line and I will just select the sales amount field. I'll just go into the next line, bracket close, and I'll commit this formula. So in this way, I have created a basic total sales formula or function in Power BI. Okay, so if I want to see whether what is the total sales, I'll just create a card visual. I'll just reduce the size and put this total sales into fields. So my total sales is 33K, but this total sales is for entire 2 years, right? Right now, this sales is 33K is for entire 2 years. Okay. So if I put this date under filter, as you can see that I have both the years date data into this 33K, right? Right now, this 33K is of no use, but I am going to use this total sales for my analysis, right? So let me just delete this because it is no use as far as card visual is concerned. We need to create our specific visuals that we have. Okay. So now let us create our first DAX function related to time intelligence, that is MTD, or I should say current MTD sales. Okay. So current MTD means the current month sales. What is the current month sales? As you can see in my table view, the current month is the latest month that the data has, that is December. So ideally what I want is I want current month sales. Okay. So that means I want December month sales in short. Okay. So let me just go and create a new measure. I can just click on this three dots and create a new measure here. So the measure name that I am going to put is current MTD. Okay. I'll just go into the next line. Now we have a specific formula to create current MTD. That is the formula name is total MTD. So as you can see, there is a total ready-made formula that is available that is called total MTD. So I'll just go into the next line. Why am I changing the line is I want to be very clear about what all the things that I'm actually covering in the formula so that it becomes easier for you to understand what value to be put at what place. So first is expression. So what value do I need to put? I need to put expression value. That is nothing but the total sales measure that I have created. Okay. So I'll just put comma. And so now after expression, I need to put dates. Okay. Now instead of putting specific dates, I am going to put a ready-made formula that is date MTD. So as you can see that dates MTD is a formula which can help us get the current dates. Okay. So if I click on the next line, okay, to go into the next line, you have to press Shift plus Enter. Now under dates MTD, what do I need to do? As the formula itself tells you, you have to select the dates. So I have a date column here. I am just going to select that date. I'll go into the next line, bracket close. Again, next line, bracket close. So in this way, I have actually completed my current MTD formula or function. Let me just commit that. So in this way, my current, okay, so it says that current MTD is already there. Okay, let me just change the name to current MTD 1. Okay, let me just commit it. So see, current MTD is created. Now I'll just go back and just commit it again. Now my current MTD1 is created. Okay, let me just check whether my values are flowing correctly or not. Okay, so here if I put current MTD, that is 2100. So what it says is the value of current month sales is how much? 2100. Okay, that is the December month sales. Okay, let us just check it. Let me just create a matrix. Let me just create a matrix here. I'll just put dates under row. Okay, so it will give me months. I'll just elaborate it. Here we will be able to see whether our numbers are flowing correctly or not. Okay. So as you can see, the December sales is what I want. So if I put sales amount under values, okay. So the December month sale is what should flow. As you can see here, if I scroll it, as you can see here, 2100 is what I am getting the value here. That means my formula of current MTD is correct, right? So in this way, you can create and check also. Okay, it is very, very important to create and check your numbers so that you can be rest assured as far as calculation is concerned. Now, on the same grounds, I am going to create QTD. Okay, so I am just going to create current QTD. Let me just put it 1. Calculate, or again we have a specific formula. Let us not use calculate. Let us use total QTD. Okay, so under total QTD, I am going to select the total sales. I'll just put comma, shift enter. Now dates. Again, I have a ready-made formula that is dates QTD. Okay, and under dates QTD, I need to put date in my database. Okay, so let me just close the brackets one by one and commit it. Okay, so current QTD number is also now available. So my current QTD is also calculated. So what is current QTD? The recent quarter values should be reflected there. So let me just create a card visual. Let me just put the card visual here and put current QTD under fields. Okay, so 5600. As you can see here, Q4
has the value of 5600. So Q4 has a value that is 5600. That means our calculation again is exactly correct, right? So in this way you can calculate and you can match it at the same time. I would suggest you to match it in one first instance so that you can be, you can have accurate values. Okay. Now same way we can have current year. So current YTD 1. Let me just put is equals to. Again, I have a ready-made formula for that, total YTD. So I'm going to use total YTD. Let us go into the next line. Now, what do I need to select? Again, the same values, total sales, comma, space enter or shift enter, sorry. Now, dates. Okay. So again, for dates, I am going to have dates, YTD formula. Let us go into the next line. Let us choose the dates and let us again go into the next line, bracket close, bracket close. So when you actually put things in separate lines, it helps you to actually close your formulas correctly. Parenthesis error can be avoided if you put line by line formula. Let us just commit it. So it will take some time to commit. Let us just try to see whether my current YTD is calculated correctly or not. So 15K, that is 15,000. Let me just remove the units so that you can see whether the value is coming correct or not. So 15,050 is my current YTD. That is the sales for the year 2023. Remember guys, in my data, the recent year is 2023. So ideally, it is going to give me the total value of 2023. As you can see here, so 2023 value is 15,050, right? So in this way, you can calculate your values and you can match it with your table. Now, many of you might be thinking that when we have these values ready in the form of metrics, why do we need to create specific, specific time intelligence functions? The reason is I cannot use this metrics values for my calculation purpose. Just like I cannot use this sales amount for my calculation, but I can use this measure total sales to recalculate something else. The way we have used, for example, if you see YTD, what I have used total sales. Otherwise, you need to again and again put sum of sales everywhere. So instead of putting so much of calculations into my formula, I have preferred to use these measures so that I can recalculate the values. So the first part of creating current MTD, current QTD, and current YTD is complete. Now we have actually completed the first part of our time intelligence functions. That is current MTD, current QTD, and current YTD. Now we are going to start with previous MTD. Okay. So let me just go back to my page 1. Now, as you guys remember, that current MTD is the latest month that the data has. That is the data that I have. The latest month is December 2023. Now, when I talk about previous MTD, that means previous month to the current month. The current month is December 23. So previous month will be November 23. So I want to create month-on-month growth as far as the data is concerned, right? So let me just quickly create a new measure. The name of the measure will be previous MTD. Okay. So previous MTD is equals to, this time I am going to use a formula called calculate. Okay. So I'm just going to use calculate. Okay. So what do I need to calculate? I need to calculate total sales, comma, shift enter. Now, what do I need to do? I need to actually calculate the previous MTD, that is previous month sales amount. So what I'm going to do, I am going to use one more ready-made formula, that is previous month. Okay. So previous month I am going to create. Let me just go into the next line. Now under previous month, what do I need to do? I need to actually calculate dates MTD. Again, the same formula that I used earlier. So dates MTD. Now under dates MTD, I am going to put date and shift enter, bracket close, shift enter, bracket close, and shift enter, bracket close. Let me just save my formula. Now let me just see whether it works or not. Let me just go into create a card visual. Now under card, I am going to put previous MTD. So the previous MTD right now it is coming 1900. As you can see in my data also, the current MTD is 2100 and the previous MTD is nothing but 1900, which is actually getting calculated. So here, if you can see the same formula I am using, which I used in my current MTD, the only difference is I am going to put previous month so that I can get 1 month back data sales so that I can calculate month on month growth. Same way, I am going to create a new measure. This time, I am going to calculate previous QTD is equals to, again, same formula, calculate, shift enter, total sales, comma. Now again, I have a ready-made formula that is available, that is previous quarter, right? So I'm going to click on previous quarter, shift enter. So shift enter, I have pressed shift enter after that. Then now here again I'm going to use dates QTD. Okay, bracket close, and here I am going to put date. So you might find it a bit confusing, but with practice you will be able to actually achieve it. So what I'm doing is I am actually calculating total sales where the dates QTD, that is the current QTD dates, can be selected, and a previous quarter, that is previous quarter to the current date, can be calculated with the help of this function. Let me just quickly accept it. Okay. Now let me just go and create a card visual. Here I am going to create or drag previous QTD. So I'm going to create and drag previous QTD. So technically my current quarter is 5600 and my previous quarter value is 3650. That is correctly getting fetched. Now let me create one more new measure. This time I'm going to create previous YTD. Okay. So the formula is similar to each other. Okay. It is just that we need to understand the syntax. So calculate again total sales, comma, shift enter. Here I am going to put again a ready-made formula, that is previous year. And here I am going to put dates YTD and I'll put date. So from data I'm going to put the date. So shift enter, bracket, shift enter, bracket, shift enter, and commit your formula. So previous YTD means 2022 sales is going to get reflected here. Now let me just create a card and put the value, that is previous YTD under it. That means 18K. If I just select this format painter, so 17,670. So 2022 sales is 17,670. That means our sales value are coming correctly based on the metrics that are created. Now see this matrix, I have checked all the numbers. Let me just remove this matrix. Now, if you see here, We have created current MTD, current QTD, current YTD. And we have also created previous MTD, previous QTD, and previous YTD. Now, the third and the most simplest part that is left, that is to create growth. Okay, month on month growth, quarter on quarter growth, and year on year growth. Now, it becomes easy for me to do this calculation now because I have all the individual values calculated. Now, what I need to do, I need to just divide these values and get the growth percentage. Okay, so let me just quickly go into new measure. This time I am creating month on month growth is equals to shift enter. Now here I am going to use a formula called divide. Okay, so numerator. Okay, what is the numerator? So always remember, whenever we are going to create growth, we are going to put current divided by previous. Okay, current divided by previous will give me the growth percentage as far as my, so it is going to give me the growth percentage as far as my growth numbers are concerned, right? So let me just put current MTD, that is current MTD1, comma, shift enter, previous MTD. Okay, now shift enter, bracket close. Here, if I am going to actually close this formula, what will happen is I will get some number like 110, 120. Why? Because I am actually dividing current MTD with previous MTD. Let me just show you first what value do we receive. Okay, so this is month on month growth. Let me just create a card visual, put it here, and here month on month growth I'm going to put. So see, as you can see, 1.11. Okay, so it somewhere shows me that the growth is 1.11, but it is not possible actually. So as you can see, the sales which was there in previous month, that was 1900, it has gone to 2100. That means there is a 200 rupee of increase. Okay, so that cannot be 1.11. So what I need to do in the same formula, I need to just deduct 1 out of it so that I get a value something like this. Now this is 0.11, that means this 11%. So what I'm going to do, I am going to click on this growth, MOM growth, and here the format I can just select percentage. So it will give me 10.53 percentage, or I can reduce the decimals. So 11% is what it is going to show me as the MOM growth. Same way, let me just create quarter on quarter growth. So QOQ growth. Again, the same formula, divide. Now here, again, current QTD1, comma, shift enter, previous QTD, shift enter, bracket close, and -1, so that I can get the value in the form of percentage. So I have my QOQ created. Let me just go create a new card, and I am going to put QOQ growth here, which is 53. Okay, 53 means 53%. As you can see, previous quarter it was 3650. This quarter it is 5600. That is 53% increase. Okay, so what I'm going to do again, QOQ, go into your measure tools, percentage. Let us make decimals as 0. Now, as you can see, 53% quarter on quarter growth has been received. Now, the last function that we need to create is year on year. Year on year growth is equals to, again, the same logic, divide, shift enter. This time I am going to put YTD, that is current YTD1, comma, shift enter, divided by again YTD, previous YTD. Shift enter, bracket close, minus 1. Press enter. So YOY growth will be calculated. Okay. So here, if I go, I'll click on card visual, and this way I can just put YOY growth into it, minus 15%. Okay. That means previous year, as you can see, month on month it is growing, quarter on quarter it is growing, but when we talk about year on year, actually my current year sales is less than my previous year. So again here in this I am going to make it percentage and put decimal, and my values are available. So minus 15% is showing me a degrowth. Okay. So with this, we have actually calculated all the various different values that were there related to time intelligence functions. So I hope you liked this video. And if you want me to cover any specific thing about Power BI or about DAX, you can put your comments in the comment box, and I can take and I can create a video onto it. If you like the video, please do share, like, and subscribe to my channel so that I can create more such informative content for you guys. So I hope you like